What's the deal with Shiny Star V? Its popularity didn't exactly shine on through 2021.
Tough crowd.
I don't know why I'm assuming you guys have watched Seinfeld. That's the most boomer joke that I will make for 2022, I promise. But anyway, Shiny Star V, this is 2020's high class pack. So if you guys are familiar with VMAX Climax, which I'm sure you all are, this is a high class pack, came out 2021. In 2020, we had Shiny Star V. This was an extremely popular booster box. And it just blows my mind that, you know, now that it's pretty healthily in supply and you can find it at most stores in Japan and you can import it for a pretty decent price, people just aren't as interested in it anymore, which is just crazy. And it had me thinking recently, like, why was it so popular? Like, were we kind of misguided? Or were we maybe fooled into thinking it was more popular or a better set than it actually was for the West? But, you know, I thought, yeah, I'll open up a box and it'll be a good way to kind of reflect on it. Because I actually opened up a box a few weeks ago and I felt bored, and people watching me open it up felt bored too. And honestly, I don't blame them, because, you know, compared to what we're seeing now and to all the sets that have come out this year, we got a Ditto VMAX there introduced in this set, and Gararu Kamonegi, it is just not as exciting as the sets that came out all through 2021. Now, with Shiny Star V, it was actually kind of interesting because there was what people refer to as a first print. And while there is no noticeable difference on the cards, and there's no way to determine if the cards are from a first print or a first edition, because you can see that there's no stamp on any of these cards, so there's no first edition on any set, it was differentiated by a stamp on the front of the box, not on the packs. Actually, maybe on the packs. I can't remember. I swear I opened up a few of these boxes 2020, same time last year. But hey, there's our first shiny. And I don't think I have this one. I've been opening up boxes recently and I've been continuously finding doubles of the baby shiny. So very nice. Dorame shot. This is actually one that I haven't found yet. And I could easily buy it. I could have easily bought it by now. Really, I really could have, because these are so affordable. Like, we're talking, you know, sub 400, sub 500 yen cards right now. But yeah, I just haven't done it because lazy or still trying to pull all the cards. I don't know. You tell me. But nice find. All right, we got Ishihenjin. Oh, okay, we got a trainer. I'm going to keep, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bake content. I'm going to keep that till the end of the opening, because that's just how I'm going to roll in 2022. But yeah, I don't know why people really have bought into that whole first edition thing. It is kind of cool, like that it's, you know, sort of a way to differentiate between the first and latter waves from a purely, you know, a data analytics point of view. And I will expand why and what I mean by that. But as for like it being first edition, yeah, I never really bought into it. But yeah, this was an extremely popular set, and it's a set that kind of introduced the West really well and truly to Japanese Pokemon cards. And it's kind of the set that kick-started the whole thing. And when I say the whole thing, I mean like the whole massive amount of hysteria, excitement around Japanese Pokemon cards this year, because, you know, there's no two ways about it. It really did boom collectively as a, I guess maybe kind of niche, and it's not niche anymore. But I had a lot of fun with it. But I was thinking, like, why did I have a lot of fun with it? Well, I guess at the time, there wasn't really anything else out like it. And this time last year, you know, we were going through a bit of a period with English cards. I think Vivid Voltage has just come out, and we were starting to see like the beginning of those shortages. So we were starting to see really like massive amounts of shortages for English cards. And so people were looking for something else to do. Couple that with the fact that a lot of influencers at the time were opening up Pokemon cards where there was like first set, base edition, base set. Sorry, hey, we got a nice, amazing rare Kyogre. That's pretty cool, because we got a trainer in here too. Ooh, I wonder what the trainer is. And we got a Zacian V, and behind that, Himbasu. But yeah, at this same time last year, a lot of different influencers on Twitch or YouTube or whatever were opening up Pokemon cards. And so people were looking for something fun, new, and exciting to open. And Shiny Star V had come out, and it was the return of shiny Pokemon. Now, Japanese set that introduced shinies was Ultra Shiny GX, and that was pretty popular at the time. Nowhere near as popular as Shiny Star V. But Hidden Fates is like, you know, it's a massively popular set in the West. People absolutely love Hidden Fates. So to see shinies come back was awesome. So people got onto it. People were opening up boxes all the time. I opened up about 20, 25 boxes myself too. But it was because there was nothing else out there at the time that was like it. Vivid Voltage had come out, which was fun, but shiny Pokemon is, you know, shiny Pokemon are way cooler than anything Vivid Voltage was offering. So that kind of just blew a lot of people's minds. And then it became really hard to get. And when things become hard to get, well, then they get a bit of an allure. and a sense of scarcity behind them and just exclusiveness. And exclusiveness makes people go crazy. It's part of why we like collecting things. Collectors like collecting things. Collectors like holding on to them because they like the feeling of having them and there not being as many out there or somebody else not being able to have it. And runs true to the core of collecting across any hobby. So it's a fun set, but now it's kind of boring. So was it that good? I think it was still pretty good. Like, I still like it. It's got its perks, but in terms of like trainers, like it literally was just Marnie, and I love Skylar as well. So Skylar was always a really fun card to find, but in terms of chase trainers, it was literally just one card. Now I think there's like 9 full art trainers in this set. I'm not going to name them all off, but Marnie and Skylar are the 2 best ones hand down. There is Marnie right there and Apu. So, you know, in terms of like chasing hits between Marnie, Skylar, Charizard V Shiny, and Charizard VMAX Shiny, there really isn't a whole lot else in this set. I've really made a mess of how I'm organizing these cards, but what can you do? I'm sort of just winging this and doing it on the fly. So in terms of actually like finding like super cool chase cards, it really is just from a bystander's or like, let's say like a casual Pokemon collector's point of view, because Hidden Fates really appealed to everybody because it had something for everybody. There was a shiny Pokemon for kind of everybody in that set because it was so huge. As a casual, hey, honestly, it's just Charizard V and VMAX. You know, I like Lapras as well, but there's a lot of stinkers in it, like Centiskorch. Rillaboom is kind of snoozer. Centiskorch, I said that twice. Ditto V and VMAX was fun. So, you know, it's kind of hard to point at like the really cool shiny Pokemon. But then you look at something like Hidden Fates, you got Ho-Oh, you got Rayquaza, you've got Gardevoir, you've got all the evolutions, you've got Charizard, you've got Greninja, you've got like Ninetales. Like, that's just me reeling off a couple of names really quickly. Lucario, like there's just Mewtwo, like there's just so many. That's why Hidden Fates is so damn cool. Like, I cannot deny that Hidden Fates is an amazing set. So I reckon objectively, Ultra Shiny GX is a better set than Shiny Star V, but not many people really talk about Ultra Shiny GX anymore. So, you know, I think long term for this set, it's going to be kind of interesting to see what it does, because now is about the time when it will start. Hey, this is another one I don't think I have. Now is about the time when I think it will start to go out of stock. And I say that because about this time last year, GX Tag All-Stars, which is a set I absolutely love, GX Tag All-Stars had like its last push, its last print, and then that was it. It went out of stock. So we're about that point again now, but I don't see this set being in print for much longer. However, it was the most popular product on eBay Japan in 2021. It sold a lot of units. A lot of booster boxes were sold outside of eBay Japan. I think it was like 9 months straight. It was the most popular product, like across multiple genres. We got a shiny here. What do we got? I feel like that's a Bolton. It's the fucking Centiskorch. I swear to God, I hate this Pokemon so much. Not like, honestly, not a bad looking shiny, like in terms of its shine, its color style, like the composition, but God, I hate Centiskorch. That is the second time I've seen Centiskorch in as much as 2 weeks, and I swear to God, that is way too many times. It is well and truly overstayed its welcome. I'm so angry, I don't even know what I was talking about. This is what I mean. And like let me bring back GX Ultra Shiny again. You don't get cards like this in GX Ultra Shiny. I mean, you do, but because there are so many cool Shiny Vault cards in that set, you don't get left feeling like this. Whereas with Shiny Star V, there's like what? You've got about, like, I think it's like 20 to 25 different V or VMAX shinies. So like your pool of hits is way narrower. And honestly, like I was saying just before, unless it's Charizard, you're kind of whiffing. So yeah, that's what I mean. However, we will look back fondly on this set because of the period of time. That's what I think anyway. You know, I think we're going to look back on it and be like, man, that was a great era. That was a great period. I have fond memories of Shiny Star V. So like, I'm always going to be partial to the set in the future. You know, I might look at it in 5 or 10 years and be like, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me just dumb this down. In like 5 or 10 years, I'm going to look back on Shiny Star V and be like, man, those were the good old days. And then I'm going to be like, awesome set. And it's that kind of mentality and thinking that might let me, or might, you know, persuade me to monkey brain into buying a box at some insane price. Having said that, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy the boxes I want of Shiny Star V now, because you can, I found this like 4 times. You can find this at retail, like it's everywhere at the moment. So, you know, don't pay any more than, let's say like 65, 70 USD. I mean, being dead serious, once you import it, via whatever method you use from Japan, like you shouldn't be paying more than like 80 USD for this box at this point in time. And I think it will start to disappear soon. So if you want Shiny Star V, now is the time to get it. If you think you might want to open it up in a couple of years, buy it now and put it in the closet and then forget about it, because, you know, this isn't a set that in 5 or 10 years I would buy at a high price. I just wouldn't do it because I've had my fill opening it. But even if I hadn't, even if the itch for nostalgia was there, or like the curiosity was there because I wanted to chase a Charizard or I wanted to chase a Marnie, I just wouldn't do it because it's just not worth it at that price point. There are way cooler sets to open at that price point. And I'm talking about the price point of, like, let's say in 5 or 10 years, it's like $500 or, you know, between $500, $800 a booster box. I just wouldn't do it because there are going to be way cooler sets out there to open. So, you know, GX Tag All-Stars is one of them. And I think there is a lot of Shiny Star V out there too, like way more Shiny Star V than we really think, because they have seriously flooded the market with it. And there is a lot of it in Japan. When it restocked in September, it was everywhere. Like, there was so many boxes. It was actually insanity. And I was wondering to myself before I started filming this, how many GX Tag All-Star boxes are out there in comparison? And I don't think there's as much GX Tag All-Stars sealed out there. Maybe opened, maybe not. Maybe GX, maybe compared to, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think Shiny Star V, way more supply out there compared to GX Tag All-Stars. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to buy something like Shiny Star V now or in 5 or 10 years compared to something like GX Tag All-Stars. The other thing that I was kind of curious about, which I'm keen to have a look at this trainer, is print quality, because the first wave of Shiny Star V had absolutely terrible print quality. Okay, I'm probably lapping it on a little bit there. I'm probably layering it up. Compared to what we had been seeing for Japanese sets up until that point, Shiny Star V was probably the first point where print quality started to become a bit of an issue with Japanese sets. It was something we were well and truly familiar with English sets, but when it came to Japanese, you know, Japanese was the messiah. You never really had quality control issues. However, when Shiny Star V dropped, there was a lot of reports of people seeing edge wear, nicked corners, and print lines. Print lines are really prominent in shiny cards as well as full art trainers. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, is this ladder print the better set or the better wave to buy of Shiny Star V than the first wave? The first wave's got that, oh, it's got the nice stamp on the front. This is technically the first wave. Therefore, I will say it's first edition, even though I don't believe in that. But it's got that going for it. But the quality of the cards inside is lesser. If this ladder wave has better print quality, well, then the cards from this set are going to be more coveted from a grading perspective. Even though PSA isn't really knocking Japanese cards down that many grades because of print lines, for the most, I guess, particular of collectors out there, they might prefer to have that PSA 10 without any visible print lines on it. Have I covered everything I wanted to talk about? I've got my quick notes in front of me here. Yeah, I pretty much covered it all. Well, I've got this last bit here. Are people over the set? Was it just not that good to begin with? Was it the best at the time, but is now overshadowed by 2021? Oh yeah, because, you know, VMAX Climax is so good. Is it gonna yeah, is that why? Oh, hang on, I'm milking it. Is that why though? It's because we got spoiled in 2021. So now that there's stock of Shiny Star V everywhere, we're just not as interested in it anymore because it's just not as good. It doesn't look as good at the same price point compared to something like VMAX Climax. I agree with that. If you put VMAX Climax in front of me and Shiny Star V, I'd pick VMAX Climax every single time. What else have I got here? Will it stand the test of time? Probably will be looked on very positively as the set that got everybody into Japanese Pokemon cards. Great little cliff note there, JLUV. I do still very seriously believe in that, but for you guys out here that are here in the now, in the present, watching these videos on this journey that we've been here together for, you know, a year or two now, you know, we already know. I'm just going to go out there and say, if you want Shiny Star V, now is the time to buy it. Don't sit on it any longer. And that's it. And then just don't overpay for it down the line. How do I pick this up? Oh man, did I fucking bend that shit? Okay, let's see what this is. It is... Whoa, okay, we will take that. That is an excellent find. I swear to God, that was not, I will take another Marnie. That is the chase card from the set. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great day. Look at this. We will take another one of that. I think that's about 10, and I probably kind of bent it too. You love to see it. I've got a bit of Rent a Girlfriend to keep watching. I just started it, so thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments below. Until then, peace out.